Just to give you a little touch of why this means so much to me. Very long time ago, my grandfather came over from Czechoslovakia, took a train from New York to Whiting, Indiana to meet a cousin. From there, he started working at Inland Steel. He was a United Steelworker, and he was a steelworker for 52 years. He worked in the blast furnace. How I learned about that just recently is I heard a joke. Why does everyone in the blast furnace go to church every Sunday? Because they know how hot hell is. That's how you know that my grandfather worked in the blast furnace. I want to talk about the vetting process of the USW. It was hard sought. Every candidate wanted the endorsement of the USW. We went through in front of 19 presidents through an interview process for about 2 hours. We all filled out and were graded on a federal survey to see the type of candidates we were, with very difficult questions about trade, about healthcare, about prevailing wage, about the future of the steel industry. And I am proud to be able to get that endorsement. But something that put me over the top, which is worth mentioning, is my support for 7-1, the BP Amoco strikers. About 4 years ago, 4 to 5 years ago, we were present at the Union Hall. What we specifically did is when the union was, what I learned from them, when the union was on strike for over 90 days or 60 days, they lost health care. And so what we did is we made sure that they had access to health care. Then when it beyond 90 days, what we did is we introduced them. My staff was boots on the ground at the Union Hall. And what we did is we provided access to a hardest hit fund that kept union men and women and their families in their homes while they did not have income. And I'm going to continue that type of support, making sure that that exists. And what I learned by being there, which I will never forget, is the importance of solidarity, the importance of collective bargaining, how you are tested, and how when men and women come together with one common bond, they will sacrifice their livelihood, their health insurance, and whatever may come for their future to make sure they work in a safe environment, earn good wages, and are able to produce a family surviving salary. What you need to know, I'm always going to protect your right to organize. I'm going to advocate and fight for the PRO Act, that is the sweeping organization of 84 years that protects and advances labor. I believe that we must have access to health care, and I'm going to protect your negotiated health care to make sure that you are able to have it, not be taxed on it, and that we're able to provide health care for you. You deserve a secure retirement, and I'm going to advocate for and watch out for the multi-employee pension plan and the Grassley Act to make sure that your pensions are protected. And secondly, here's what we need to know. Section 32, where President Trump made it a national point of security. The steel industry is a national security issue. And what that did is allow President Trump to put tariffs on steel. And so here we are. On a short term, that helped things out. But on the long term, we need stronger trade issues. And what we need is to be able to understand that there is a Buy American provision. Congressman Visklowski has fought, breathed, walked, talked, and did everything he can for Buy American. And what that means is when we have public investment in our country, that it has used American steel. How ludicrous is it to think that there are Americans who think that our country tax dollars investment in infrastructure should be used for foreign steel? We are going to fight against that collectively with Director Millsap and the United Steelworkers to make sure that when we have public investment, that we are absolutely doing Buy American. That is the way that we work. And with that, in closing, I'm going to tell you things that you guys already know. I'm going to tell you that Indiana is the #1 producer of the steel in the United States of America. And in a fair fight, I know that the United Steelworker will be able to produce the most effective, most efficient, most safest work environment per ton, per steel, when you're in a fair fight. I will give you my word with every morsel. When I go to Washington, D.C., I will fight for the United Steelworkers. I will fight for your future, and I will ensure everything that I can possibly do to make sure the steel industry strives, thrives, and provides family, union, working jobs. With you, we will forge on to victory. With you, we will create job wages that protect families and we will work every single day to make Northwest Indiana the best location. My name is Frank Mrvan. I am a candidate for U.S. Congress. I humbly and respectfully ask for your vote, and with you, we will be victorious. Forge on to victory. Thank you, United Steelworkers, and thank you, Congressman Bisklowski.